The Demon Slayer animated series has been awesome so far, and after the wholesome ending to Season 2, the Entertainment District arc fans just can't wait enough until Tanjiro returns on his journey to rid the world free from demons. Luckily, the manga is far ahead, and today, as the title suggests, today we shall be taking a deeper dive into the next arc whose trailer has already been released, the Swordsmith Village arc, where we get a deeper insight into the origins of Mitsuri Kanroji, the Beauty Hashira, and Muichiro Tokito, the Mist Hashira. So sit back, take a bucket of popcorn and relax as we dive into the world of Demon Slayer with the Swordsmith Village arc. And if you do enjoy the video, then don't forget to drop a like and get subscribed to the channel such that whenever similar videos are up, you'll be able to watch them firsthand. And also, do comment down what next topic you would like me to address in the channel. I would surely be glad enough to do so. The story begins 2 months after the battle at the Entertainment District. Everyone was pretty badly injured and Tanjiro was comatose for the whole time of 2 months. Zenitsu was healed completely and had left for another demon slaying job 1 day prior to Tanjiro awakening, while Tengen Uzui, the Sound Hashira, left being carried away by his wife. Inosuke was in the worst condition due to Gyutaro's poison blades, but made astonishing recovery and was seen hanging from the roof of the room where Tanjiro had woken up, displaying his pretty wild nature. A week goes by and Tanjiro makes complete recovery while Inosuke goes on a solo mission. While improving his weakened state, Ao and Naoi informs Tanjiro that after he chipped his blade against Gyutaro, Haganezuke has declined to make another new sword for him. He is recommended to go to the Swordsmith village to convince Haganezuke, and when he asks for permission, Kagaya allows him to do so. To maintain the secrecy of the village, he is carried by different kakushis while being blindfolded, and his ears and nose are plugged. On arrival, Tanjiro meets the village chief Tichin Kawahara, who is considered the best craftsman in the village. He also gets to know that Haganezuke is missing due to some reason, and if he is not found, then an alternative swordsmith would forge him a new sword. On the way to the healing water springs, Tanjiro meets Mitsuri Kanroji, the Love Hashira, and Genya Shinozugawa, who is the brother of Wind Hashira Sanemi Shinozugawa. Genya, being the badass he is, warns Tanjiro to stay away from him. Mitsuri later informs Tanjiro to look out for a secret weapon in the village that can make him stronger. Next day, while going around in the forest to find Haganezuke, he encounters the Mist Hashira Muichiro Tokito arguing with a small boy about a key. After an argument, Muichiro knocks down Tanjiro as he was interfering between them, and while going unconscious, Tanjiro sees Haganezuke behind a tree. Later, after waking up, he asks the boy about Haganezuke, whose presence is completely denied by him. The boy also reveals that he had to give the key to the Hashira. The key was essentially a piece needed to operate a swordsman training doll built by the boy's ancestors. Suddenly, hearing a loud sound, the boy and Tanjiro go to look out for the source and find Muichiro training with the doll called as Yorichi Type 1. The doll, with 6 sword arms, looks extremely familiar to Tanjiro, which the boy explains is based on an actual swordsmith. The 6 arms are actually made to replicate the movements of the original swordsman. The boy, after more inquiry, tells that he knows no more than the fact that the doll belongs to the Sengoku period, which is over 300 years old. Seeing Muichiro, Tanjiro understands that the Hashira is a descendant of the Sun Breathers, and he himself has had visions of the original Sun Breather Yorichi Sugikune. Muichiro's practice, on the other hand, with the doll is so severe that the doll's armor seems to break with every strike he takes. After completing his training, the Hashira leaves, taking one of the swords from the doll as his one is broken. On inspection, the Yorichi Type 1 still seems to work properly, and the boy, now revealed as Kotetsu, recommends Tanjiro to train with the doll to become stronger. After 5 days without any food and harsh training from the doll, Tanjiro's senses are heightened to a level that he lands his first strike on the doll. After some food from Kotetsu, Tanjiro restarts training with replenished health. While training, he is able to land a severe blow to the doll due to his improved senses and abilities, and he sees a sword hilt peeping out from where the head of the doll used to be. On further inspection, the sword is found rusted due to being hidden for 300 years in the same place. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Haga Nezuke appears from behind a tree and tries to take the sword back from them to restore it. However, Kozoe Kanamori prevents him from doing so, explaining them that Haga Nezuke was actually doing a secret training to improve his forging skills to make an even more better sword for Tanjiro that will not chip or break. Tanjiro decides to give the rusted katana so that Haga Nezuke can sharpen and fix it. On the next night, somewhere else in the outskirts of the village, upper rank 5 Gyoko and upper rank 4 Hantengu secretly keeps eating and eliminating swordsmiths since they have been sent by Muzan to track down and destroy the village such that there is no source of Nichiren blades to be forged for the demon slayers. On the other hand, Tanjiro is woken up by Moichiro as he inquires about Kozoe Kanamori, who was his new swordsmith. During conversation, Tanjiro and Moichiro both feel something is off when suddenly, climbing through the window arrives upper rank 4 Hantengu. Strangely, he does not give out his presence as a demon, which makes it clear to the Hashira and Tanjiro that this is an upper rank. Moichiro immediately uses mist breathing 4th form Shifting Flow Slash, but Hantengu swiftly dodges it. Tanjiro attacks on the demon with the newly forged blade from Haga Nezuke with Hinokami Kagura's Sun Flare Thrust. The demon is able to dodge this one also, but Nezuko attacks him in her awakened state, stunning him, while Moichiro is successfully able to behead Hantengu. From past experience with Daki and Gyutaro, Tanjiro warns Moichiro that decapitation cannot kill an upper rank, and to their surprise, that is what happens. The head and the body transform into 2 new demons. Moichiro tries to take on the demon with a fan but is blasted away from the building. The name of the demons are revealed as Sekido and Karaku. Sekido uses a staff to emit lightning attacks while Karaku uses bladed fans as his weapon. Just then, Genya drops in with his Nichiren shotgun, shooting both the demons. This blasts off Sekido's head and nearly decapitates Karaku. But from this, 2 new demons now arise, one with eagle-like wings and talons evolved, called Arogi, while another one with a spear called Azetsu. Tanjiro tries to ward off Arogi while Azetsu almost immobilizes Tanjiro with his sonic screams, which Tanjiro barely counters using Hinokami Kagura. On the other hand, Moichiro in the forest tries to get back to the village as fast as he can when he sees Kotetsu fighting off a minion fish demon whom he saves. He receives information that Kozoe Kanamori and Haga Nezuke both are under attack, and to save them, Moichiro rushes through the forest carrying Kotetsu for directions. Returning back to Tanjiro, who is fighting Arogi, we see him cutting his head to create 2 more demons from it who use sonic screams to attack Tanjiro. Seeing this, he comes to the realization that Hantengu is split into 4 different spectrums of the human emotion, and if pushed further, his strength will be weakened. Using this strategy, Tanjiro keeps on landing multiple blows to the head of Arogi, while in building, Nezuko struggles against Karaku, Sekiro and Azetsu. This is where Genya shoots Azetsu, blowing his head off. While Azetsu recovers, Genya attacks him but is immobilized immediately by Sekiro's lightning bolt. Though he is able to hit Sekiro, he is knocked down by Azetsu's spear. Karaku on the other hand fights off Nezuko and is severely damaged by her blood demon art, while she uses Karaku's fan to blow him outside the building. Sekido on the other hand uses his electric staff to paralyze Nezuko temporarily. In the forest, Tanjiro uses Arogi's flight ability to gain momentum and smashes him into the building wall while using his talons to deflect Sekiro's electric staff and free Nezuko. But suddenly, Karaku returns, slamming the floor of the building with enough pressure to break it, sending everybody crashing down, hence making Tanjiro and Nezuko go unconscious. Seeing their state, Karaku, Arogi and Sekido plan on dealing the final blow to them. Back in the forest, Moichiro saves Kozoe Kanamori from another demon and receives his old katana fixed by the former. As they are about to retrieve Haga Nezuke, upper rank 5 Gyoko emerges from one of his enchanted pots and identifies Moichiro as a Hashira. The demon flees as soon as Moichiro tries to attack him using his magical pots, which appear out of thin air suddenly. On destroying the pots, Gyoko gets enraged and uses his blood demon art 1000 Needle Fish Kill on him. Even after dodging the first wave, he is forced to take hits from the needle to protect Kotetsu and Kanamori. As the swordsmith fall back, the demon explains that the needle contains poison which will kill him in a short while. Muichiro tries attacking again but is stopped by Gyoko's Blood Demon Art water prison pot, rendering him unable to breathe or attack as his sword cannot pierce the layers of water. Nearby, Mitsuri Kanroji, the beauty Hashira, rushes into the village as backup to support the remaining demon slayers. After saving Tichin, the village chief, from a fish demon, she heads deeper in search of Tanjiro and Muichiro. Tanjiro suddenly wakes up and is seen being carried by Nezuko to evade attacks from the different forms of Hantengu. Karaku attacks once again, this time destroying the remaining structure of the building, and Nezuko is trapped underneath the rubble while Tanjiro tries to think of an idea. Suddenly, Nezuko grabs Tanjiro's sword and using her Blood Demon Art infuses it with the sword, turning it into bright red. This triggers Tanjiro's inherent memories of how the first Sun Breather used a black obsidian sword that turned bright red when fighting. Using this information, he confronts all three demons at the same time. The demons are shocked and frozen to fear since the stance and red blade of Tanjiro resembles so much to the first Sun Breather who almost killed Muzan, Yorichi. Using Hinokami Kagura, Dragon Sun Halo Head dance, he decapitates all three demons at the same time. While the three try to heal back, Tanjiro goes in search of Azetsu when he sees him impaled on a tree with his own spear while a demonized Genya holds his decapitated head. Suddenly, Tanjiro smells a fifth demon and finds him hiding in another corner of the forest. He instructs Genya to eliminate the fifth demon while Nezuko and Tanjiro fight off all the other four. On finding the fifth form of Hantengu hiding behind a bush, Genya fires at him, missing the shot. Then he tries slashing him, but due to Hantengu's thick skin, Genya's sword breaks. Tanjiro saves Genya's life from Sekido when Azetsu attacks him using his Blood Demon Art Weeping Spears. Genya, due to his demonic properties, absorbs the damage and instructs Tanjiro to decapitate Hantengu's fifth form while he holds them off. On a desperate attempt, Sekido forcefully absorbs all the three demons to transform into a sixth one, which tries to attack Tanjiro. Nezuko drops in and saves Tanjiro just in time but loses a leg which she regenerates at a cost of a loss of energy. The sixth form now protects the fifth weakened state of Hantengu with demonic tree trunks around it. On the other hand, Muichiro, still trapped in the water pot, uses the final amount of air in his lungs to perform mist-breathing first form Low Cloud Distant Haze, but it is not enough to cut through the demon spell. Seeing no other way, he seems to accept the defeat when suddenly the boy swordsmith Kotetsu appears with a knife trying to break the pot. He is stabbed during this in his solar plexus by a minion of Gyoko, but he manages to blow air into the pot as a last attempt to revive Muichiro. With some air to breathe, Muichiro uses mist breathing second form 8-layered mist, which is able to break the pot. After this, he is able to regain his lost memories, which triggers his Demon Slayer mark. He rushes in to save the already injured Kotetsu and Haganezuke when Gyoko uses his Blood Demon Art Octopus Vase Hell to defeat the Hashira. Using his newfound Demon Slayer mark power, he is easily able to cut the tentacles to free him and use mist-breathing fifth form Sea of Clouds and Haze to cut down the remaining tentacles. Gyoko uses Blood Demon Art 10,000 Gliding Slime Fish, which the Hashira dodges and counters with mist-breathing sixth form Disappearing Mist. Gyoko still seemed to have a fail-safe that the fishes had a poison in them which is released as soon as they are slashed. But shocking him, Muichiro uses mist-breathing third form Scattering Mist Splash, which deflects all the poison. Using this momentum, the Hashira tries to slash Gyoko but senses Gyoko appearing behind him on a tree transformed into a new state with transparent scales that is stronger than diamond. Muichiro keeps on dodging his attacks and demonic fishes until Gyoko uses Blood Demon Art Killer Fish Scales to slow him down. Muichiro as a counter uses mist-breathing 7th form Obscure Clouds to disorientate Gyoko. This results in the whole area getting enveloped in mist, completely setting off Gyoko. Seeing this opportunity, Muichiro rushes in, landing the final blow, beheading upper rank 5 Gyoko. After this, the poison kicks in and Muichiro passes out. Going back to Tanjiro, who is still fighting the 6th and 5th form of upper rank 4 Hantengu with Genya and Nezuko, he tries using Hinokami Kagura Clear Bloom to take down one of the dragon heads of Hantengu's 6th form, but immediately is injured severely and his eardrums ruptured due to a sonic boom from one of the heads. Just as he is being cornered by the demon heads of the sixth form, Mitsuri drops in saving him. Telling him to rest, she head-on faces the blood demon art crazed cry of thunder death, which she counters by love-breathing cat love shower. She complements these by love-breathing second form love fangs and love-breathing sixth form cat-legged wings of love consecutively. Seeing her exceptional speed, the child demon uses blood demon art countless striking trees, which Mitsuri counters again with love-breathing fifth form swaying love wild claw. But when she tries to decapitate Azohaku Ten, which is the sixth form of Hantengu, the child demon, Tanjiro warns her that this is not the main body of Hantengu. With no other way, Mitsuri faces his blood demon art compressed sound waves head-on. This paralyzes her and she is almost eaten when Tanjiro, Genya and Nezuko all three dive in, saving her. Mitsuri gets back up facing the child demon while Tanjiro, Nezuko and Genya go ahead looking for Hantengu's main body. Mitsuri increases her speed so much while fighting that she protects Tanjiro, Nezuko and Genya along with facing Azohaku Ten. This releases her Demon Slayer mark. Genya, with his semi-demonized state, eats the trees, hiding Hantengu, while Nezuko uses Demon Fire to burn the branches. Whatever remains is destroyed by Hinokami Kagura, flame walls from Tanjiro. The real form of Hantengu starts fleeing, and even with the combined efforts of Nezuko, Tanjiro and Genya, they cannot catch him. Using a trick Tanjiro learned from Zenitsu, used frequently in thunder breathing, he is able to swiftly dash and catch up with Hantengu. As he lands his flaming sword on Hantengu's head, he transforms into a massive demon which grabs Tanjiro's head trying to crush it. Genya rushes in, prying open the demon's fingers, while Nezuko uses her blood demon art to burn Hantengu. This results in them slipping off a cliff, due to which Hantengu and Nezuko along with Tanjiro plummet down. As the injured Hantengu tries to regain the strength, Tanjiro tries to regain his sword, which is stuck in the demon's neck, by dashing towards him. Suddenly, Muichiro throws the newly sharpened katana from Yorichi Type 1 in front of him, which he requests Tanjiro to use. Taking the katana and combining it with Hinokami Kagura Dancing Fire, he completely decapitates the fifth form of Hantengu. But to his shock, the tongue of the decapitated head has resentment written on it, whereas it should be fear. With very less time in hand, as the sun rises, he sees Nezuko on one hand in the open sun, while on the other hand, Hantengu's body still attacking villagers. With a difficult choice to make, he shields Nezuko, who seems to already burn up in the sunlight, when she kicks him with a smile, sacrificing herself to save the villagers, by providing a head start towards Hantengu's body. With tears in his eyes, Tanjiro smells out that the real body is actually in the heart of the decapitated body of Hantengu. With a swift stroke, he easily decapitates the real head and sits down weeping with the loss of his sister Nezuko in spite of winning against the upper demon. The villagers rally up and call Tanjiro, pointing towards something in the distance. To everyone's shock, they see Nezuko in the bright sun, completely healed and unharmed. She speaks to Tanjiro for the first time in years, and everyone is delighted over their victory over the demons. Flashback to a memory, we see Tamio writing a letter to Tanjiro for providing him with the blood of all the 12 Kizukis and Nezuko. She thinks that due to her strange genetic properties and mutations, she even has the power to conquer the sun in some times. Coming back to the present, Tanjiro hugs Nezuko and passes out due to extreme exhaustion. Seeing their victory, even Genya seems to smile and cherish the moment. Somewhere else, Muzan feels that his upper rank 5 and 4 have been killed, but still gleefully cackles as he no longer needs the blue lily to fight the sun. He plans to consume Nezuko to gain her properties. Back in the Swordsmith village, the whole group hug together, exclaiming their happiness that they had won against the upper demons. And that officially brings us to the end of the Swordsmith village arc. Next we have the Hashira training arc, and if you want a video on that, then be sure to comment that down below the video. I tried my best to stick to the main plot and cut out all the extra fluff just for the sake of time management and convenience. And if you enjoyed it, then consider hitting the like button and getting subscribed to the channel. If you want more story explained videos, then feel free to write in the comment section which anime or game titles story you want me to explain. And don't forget to check out our social handles. The link to them shall be given in the description of the video. And with all that being said, I'll see you next time with something more exciting, something more amazing. Till then, take care of yourself, have an amazing rest of the day, stay classy and stay safe.